Right, so today's gonna be a bit of a change of scenery. We're not outside like the way we usually are, and we're not like on like a lake or like a hike or whatever. We're at home this time, and I just got off the phone with one of my friends, uh, and they told me that they missed an appointment, and they were really panicked. They had no idea they could reschedule, right? And like that was pretty much the only advice I could give him, just like go ahead and reschedule, bro. And he did. Turns out he could, and he did. Thank God, and now he's able to go again. And, he promised me he's not gonna miss it this time. And it reminded me of a situation, similar situation that I was in. No, even just not too long ago. Just about a month, maybe a month and a half, maximum 2 months ago. I have the dates wrong. It's in the evening, and I'm a bit tired and stuff. And so, yeah, I've mentioned before a couple times that I've wanted to go. I've had to go to the embassy maybe once or twice. I think I mentioned it before. But in my first video, I was in a lake, and I think that Thursday I was supposed to go home. So on Friday I could take whatever ferry. But then the Thursday that I went home, I kept procrastinating, putting the ferry off. So I took a nap and ended up sleeping past the last ferry I could use to make it to the post office that closed at 5. Now when I searched it up, it only told me it closed at 5. I didn't look up what time it opened, right? It just says closes soon 5 p.m. on Google Maps, and I checked, right? And then I was like, okay, fine. So in my head, I thought I could go to the post office really early in the morning on Monday to make it to my appointment at 9, right? But then little did I know that the post office opened at 9, right? I thought it would open at like 7, but no, it opened at like 9. And I was like, okay, damn. So, even before I found out what time it opened, right, I was already in full on panic mode. So I think 2 a.m. this Sunday, I had gone out and like I have the messages somewhere. I'll put screenshots up. I have a buddy of mine called Anton who lives in a sailboat. So I messaged him asking him like, "Hey bro, could you help me out? Find someone who can like, hey, could you get me from Vancouver Island to Vancouver? Because it's a 12-hour ferry ride, but boat ride I think will take like maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on your boat, right?" And so he was like, I can do it myself right now, but like, I was like, okay, fine. Like, could you give me a couple people who like could help me out? So he gave me two people. I messaged them both, but I messaged them really early in the morning, right? So like they didn't see them. They didn't reply until like 9 or 10 a.m. that day, right? And I was like, okay, fine. I couldn't make it. So when I'm going to a full blown panic, right, and I go onto the website just to check, right, and it obviously tells me that I missed the appointment, and I'm already distraught 'cause it's like a big red thing on the screen, telling me I missed it, and but then there was another one underneath that said reschedule appointment, right. So I was like, oh, okay, fine. This is my chance, right? So I'm like jumping up and down because I can reschedule again. Like this, I have another chance. Like thank the Lord. I rescheduled everything. This time I'm on time. I'm in Vancouver on time. Like I go there midday to go pick up my documents. I have about 5 hours until the post office closes. Now they have a rule saying that you can't collect it unless the address on your ID is the same as the address on your on like whatever they have in their system, right? But then at the time, the address that I had put in for me was my old address, right? So I got there and I give them my ID. I'm like, fine, this is it. Like, thank God, right? Because like I went like a whole. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. So I went a whole weekend before my appointment because my appointment was again on a Monday. It was a Monday on a 7 a.m. So I made sure this time I was in Vancouver on Friday by like midday to go collect my documents. But then these guys have a rule saying that the the address on the ID. So like to go collect it, you have to present ID. There has to be a name, and there's like a name and an address, right? And then so on my ID, the one I have now had the address for my old place. So the address in the system was my current place, and I couldn't collect it obviously because the addresses were different, even if the names were the same. The lady asked me for bank statements. My bank statements were my old place, right? I hadn't changed them yet because I just moved into my new place about this is like about a week at this point, right? And so I was like, okay, I left and I was just calling up anyone I knew in Vancouver. It was like a Friday, like at 3 p.m. I got a few responses. Like I had this one homie that told me he couldn't promise, but like he'll like try to sneak over from work and he couldn't, right? So I was like, damn. So I walked over from I'll put the GPS thingies there. So I walked over from the post office over to like some Tim Hortons to like some mall. I don't know what it's called. So then I walked back and then I was like, damn. So it's like 4:30 and I'm just asking people on the street because like you can have someone with the wrong address collected. It's just that they had to put their name and their signature on it, right? And you can't put your own, right? So I was like desperate at this point. I'm just asking everyone on the street, anyone that walks by, I'm asking them, hey sir, hey miss, could you help me out? It doesn't matter if it's like an adult, an elderly person, like a middle-aged person. I'm just asking anyone. And like again, I'm just typical answer I'm hearing is no, hey, I'm sorry, I can't help you out because like people are thinking it's some kind of a scam. And the other side is like people are just straight up ignoring you. Then you have the people that like say, hey, I'm on the phone, or hey, I'm like going to an appointment, or hey, I'm a bit busy right now. I just got off work. Man, I heard all kinds of excuses. Like this point, like my dictionary has expanded right now. Like avoiding someone now is like it's in me right now, man. Cause like I think it was going on for about 25 minutes. So it's like 4:55. Like at this point, like if this post office closes, like I'm gonna miss this appointment. Keeping in mind, I've already missed it from 1 year before. I missed it like a month before. I had to reschedule it, right? And I'm gonna go miss it again, right? Like this isn't looking good for me right now. And there was a lady that left. I won't lie. Like I'll never forget this woman. Her name is Coco. Her name was Coco, right? She was a really old lady, right? And at first when she left, she had completely ignored me. It was like at 4:50, right? And I was just asking whoever I could in the street, right? There was like a park, like a small little park by the waterfront across the street that I went to. I was even asking people there, right? And I came back to the post office just as they were about to close. I think it was like 2-3 minutes left. Like, and then Coco came back, man, just like a fucking angel from heaven, man. Like I'm like 6'2", 6'3", right? And like she was like 5'8", right? I was standing there. It was like a raining day, and like I was standing there in the rain, holding my papers and shit, just like in disbelief. Like how could I have fucked this up again? Like how could I have let this slip again? And like she just comes out of nowhere, just this tiny little old lady, just like taps my shoulder and asks me like, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? I explain to her like everything that's going on. Like I'm telling her like, hey, I have my appointment at the embassy on Monday. Like if I don't get my passport, I can't go. I was even telling her that like, hey miss, like I'll open the package for you and like I'll show you what's inside. If it's not mine, like call the cops like on the spot. Like I won't leave. Like I'll be on camera in the post office and everything, right? And then she was like, okay, I'll trust you, don't worry about that. She came, and then the lady, one of the ladies at the post office was like, hey, I'm sorry, like I can't help you out because like it's closing time. Like there was 1 minute left, and she was saying that like it will go ahead and take too long, and the post office shouldn't be open after hours. Everyone has to leave at exactly 5. And then I dude, my heart just dropped to the ground, bro. like the look on my face, I was so happy. I had the biggest smile, and it just wiped. They just gone. And the lady that was like there before, the one that actually told me that I couldn't get my stuff, was leaving. Like she had the stuff packed up, and like thank God for this woman too, because like she recognized me and she came back. She was like, just don't worry, I'll take care of it. And then the other one left, and oh man, like I've never been so grateful for the kindness from strangers before in my life. Like I'm telling you, I felt like my life was over. If it wasn't for these two women, like man, I w- I wouldn't be able to smile the way I do nowadays. Like, sorry, I feel the mic's a bit loud too, but like the kindness of those two, like really helped me a lot, and I got lucky, right? And I guess the point is just don't test your luck, guys. Like, just do what you need to do when you need to do it. Don't don't think that just because you've done a bit now, you now have more breathing room than you actually do, because like you're just missing opportunities. Like, trust me, there's people out here who are working, man. There's people out here who are chasing that same exact dream that you talk about all the time. That same exact dream that you go ahead and fantasize about all the time. There's other people working towards that too. It's not only you, my friend. You know, like, don't don't put yourself in these difficult situations, because there won't always be someone to save you. I got lucky, man. I got fucking lucky, right? But I know multiple people who have probably gone, like, I'm sure there's multiple people who've multiply possibly been in that same situation, just to come find out that like this rule exists, and like they're just like, damn, and like no one helps them, right? I'm sure there are people who haven't been that lucky, and I'm sure there are people in the future who won't be so lucky, and like, just try avoid being one of those people. Like, there was a saying that I always used to hear, like, the best way to avoid getting punched is just don't fight. Right? So the best way to avoid difficult situations, just do what you have to do, when you need to do it. Just do what you need to do, right? As hard as it may be, as much difficult as it may be, like, we all need to make those sacrifices, like, also, like, I kept making an excuse of, hey, the ferry fees, or like, the fees of staying in Vancouver overnight, but if I didn't just make that sacrifice, like, in the long term, like going to the embassy will benefit me more than saving that money ever could have. It's given me so much more opportunity, like, so much more for the future, that I I don't even know what's coming, and that's what excites me. But like, just by doing what I needed to do. Remember, you aren't the only one chasing that dream, my guy, or my girl, or whoever's watching. You know, there's a whole lot of people out here like you, right? So remember, just do what you have to do, and just be kind to people along the way. I still need to figure a way how to end these videos, but we'll figure something out. But thank you for watching. Thank you for the however minutes long. Yeah, I'll just stop. Thank you.